Hi, my name is Stephanie Roberts, and tonight I'm going to be talking to you about a technology that you can use in your classroom called Symbaloo. So Symbaloo is just kind of an interface where you can create your own uh, links to various websites. And while this may not seem like something that's very useful, especially in a middle school or elementary classroom, I found it to be very useful because a lot of times I have different websites maybe that I want students to use, and the links may be long or lengthy and they have trouble typing them in. Or maybe I want students to do their own research, but I don't want to give them the freedom of just going to Google and looking for anything they can find. I can use Symbaloo to kind of narrow down what they can search for and limit their search ability. So this was a Symbaloo I created for my science class in 6th grade last year. They were doing a research project on the periodic table. They had to choose one element and tell how it was used in the real world. So I gave them a couple of options of pages that they could go to find their information for their project. So these links on here were links that my students could use. So for example, maybe they clicked on this one right here that is going to help them find some information about certain elements. So that's one way I've used it in the past, just a quick way to get students to links or a way to kind of narrow down what students are able to use. As far as a research project, this was great for my 6th graders because it allowed them the freedom to do their own research without me spoon feeding it to them, but it also kept them on the right track and narrowed down the sites that they needed to be looking at. Other ways to use it, some teachers have used it just as their home screen in their classroom on their classroom computers. This particular Symbaloo has tons and tons of educational links that kids can use when they're on the computer. This is one of by a library room. So there's lots of library games. There is Discovery Kids. There's some science stuff on here. PBS Kids. Spelling City, Starfall, just some very useful websites that students can get to on their own by doing that. AR, different things like that. So, for example, a couple of ways you can create a Symbaloo. If you hit the Add button, once you've created your own account, you can do two different things. The first thing you can do is say you're wanting a social studies Symbaloo with lots of social studies links. There are a ton that are already made that you can use. So I could say I want this one, for example, and I could look at it, and if it was something that I wanted, I could hit add this web mix, and that would add it to my top of my screen. If I want to create something specific for my students or my class in general, I would need to go over here to this side and type in, for example, Miss Roberts Symbaloo. As I added that, I could then go in and click on tiles and take links, for example, Brain Pop, and hit create tile and put it in there. You can change your text color on your tile. You can change the color of your tile. You can do a lot of different things with these tiles. Or you can even upload an image if you want. A lot of times it'll pull an image that they already have for that website though. So it's already kind of done for you. So I could go in and add another one. I could add an ABC mouse one. If I was working with primary students, and put that website in. ABC mouse would be my name, and it did that for me. And I can change the color. Sometimes it has more than one picture that I can choose, and it would put that one there, and I can move it around if I wanted to put it up here. I can fill up all these squares if I want. And so that's how Symbaloo can be helpful in your classroom. There are a lot of other things that you can do with it. There are some uses outside of the classroom. There's some people who have created news Symbaloos. Um, you can go to the main screen and find stuff on sports or politics or photography, all these different things. But in a classroom, it can be super helpful for your students. And I think it's a great resource that you should definitely check out. Hope this has been informative and helpful to you. Thank you.